Nemophila have finally done something that they've been promising to do for a while, which is deliver an absolute stone cold stonking banger of an arena rock anthem. But there's a lot more to talk about here than just the fact that it's awesome, so let's get into it. Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where Nemophila are proving that familiarity doesn't always breed contempt. Because yes, this is a song of a style that you've definitely heard before if you haven't been living under a rock for about 50 years. It is very much your quintessential big arena rock song. It's mid-tempo, it has a big chorus that everyone can sing along to, it's got a bridge with a guitar solo in it, it's got the big dramatic emotions and feelings, it's even got key changes, it's got everything you would want. But it's not a rehash. It feels fresh, it feels modern, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Now, first of all, it must be said that Nemophila are masters of really grabbing a genre, understanding it, and then reinterpreting it. I think when you listen to the Seize the Fate album, as I pointed out in my review of it, a lot of the tracks around the middle of that album kind of sound like love letters to genres they've heard. Everything from pop punk all the way back to 70s style rock and roll. There's a real feeling that they have understood certain things that have inspired them and done their own versions. Not pastiches, not parodies, but real loving updates of these sounds. And that's definitely what we're getting here. But again, this is not diminishing returns. This song just feels so powerful. And one of the reasons for that is down to Nemophila's performance. See, this is a type of song that really requires a little bit of emotional intelligence in how you do it. I mean, first of all, Mayu has to be at the center. She's the singer, and I've had questions before about the rougher vocals in her songs. You know, don't get me wrong, as I've pointed out before, N10 is my favorite song by Nemophila, and yeah, that's one where there's quite a lot of these sort of metal style rough vocals in there. But as a general, I've always been a bigger fan of her just with her singing voice. I think she's got an amazingly powerful singing voice, and it's been hinted at, but we don't always get to hear it. Here, this is just a song where she's planted front and center and she's allowed to give an emotional, raw, very powerful delivery. And it's supported by the rest of the band. I mean, in the rhythm section, we've got Tamu, we've got Haraguchi. These are both very good players in their own right, but they show that in this song by actually being quite restrained. You know, there's a lot of long bass notes that are there to give us sort of a solid rumbling key underneath it all. The drum lines, you can even see in the video when she's playing, it's very sort of very metronomic. It's just kind of like giving you the thump so you can bang your head. It's nothing too complicated. The guitars as well. Two great guitarists who do some really fun noodling solos, but here they keep it to the right parts. We have that little bit of solo in the bridge and then a little bit of solo as we come out of the bridge into the last chorus that just sort of builds things up. It's not there for the sake of going, wow, look at what an amazing guitarist I am. It's for the sake of giving a little bit of extra detail, giving a little bit of extra push to the arrangement when it needs it. This is a song that knows to be restrained and just rely on the big raw sounds of the instruments, the raw sort of headbanging quality, and just a good strong melody. It's a well-written song that doesn't need much more than really the singer to give the power and the rest of the band to just give this nice, lush sort of bed of sound underneath. And that's exactly what they do. And it would also be remiss of me not to point out that a lot of the quality is furthered by the presentation, as in the production of the song and the music video as well. You know, both of them are quite simple but very, very well executed. You know, the production of this song, that bass that I was talking about, those big low notes are given a real feeling of intensity. It's well mixed, it's allowed to sound big and powerful. And the video as well, quite a simple video. You know, some nice setup shots. This clearly wasn't produced on a huge budget, but you can see that the shots are nicely done. It looks sort of anthemic through the lighting, through the setup where she's sitting in the chair, where Maya's just sitting in the chair on her own at the beginning. It kind of feels big and impressive without the need for any special effects or anything. And I kind of like that. I like the fact that this is, again, everything's just given room to breathe here, but also given that just that right amount of quality to look like something that's been lovingly produced. So if I was to give a final thought on this, like a conclusion, I mean, you can probably already tell from my review that I really like this song, which is interesting because I'm always talking about songwriting and how much I love innovation, and yet this song is, you know, relatively the style we've heard many times before. I'm here saying that it really gets the most out of Nemophila, but at the same time I'm saying that most of the band are playing in a very restrained way and not really pushing too far forward. The truth is that I think it just kind of needs to be accepted that certain sounds, certain of these big arena, mid-tempo rock songs, these big anthemic songs, they're just something that works. There's a reason why, if we think about the songs from the 80s and 90s of this particular style, if one of them comes on a radio near you, you can probably think of examples already. You just instantly want to sing along with them already. It's just, you want to sing. They're powerful. It's a genre that works. And Nemophila just have the right people to do that. They have the right knowing qualities to do it. There will be other Nemophila songs that get different things out of them. As already mentioned, I love N10. That is still my favourite song by the band. And that gets sort of more to their rawness, their intensity, to their driving rock energy. But this gets to something very different, that when Nemophila are doing their usual, much more hard-edged act, we don't get to see as much. I mean, as mentioned, I really love Mayu's voice. But as much as we occasionally get little bits of it, we don't often get to hear it quite this powerful, quite this much focus on her. We don't often get to hear the core sort of melodic writing qualities of Nemophila as well. I mean, this is a song where it lives and dies really on having strong chords, strong melody, and it's got them. It's getting a side out of the band that maybe has not been highlighted as much, but has been hinted at a lot. And that, to me, is something that I really love about this. It adds something to the Nemophila sound. It adds something to their portfolios of songs. It sits so well alongside the other songs because it feels quintessentially like, it doesn't feel like they're pushing themselves to do something weird. It feels just very much like a song made up of qualities that we know they already had, but in a style that we haven't really heard them do. And so for me, this is just a great extension to the Nemophila sound. I love it. So that kind of was my conclusion, but just in final wrap up, I guess we could say, I hope you guys enjoy this song as well. I thought it was really great. Again, I don't think that it's not like they're suddenly kind of become a ballad band, and I'm not saying that this song is like so much better than their other stuff and they should only do songs like this. Again, I love the fact they have such a range of songs, and the more they keep on expanding in their range and showing how diverse and how much they can do with the core talent they have in this lineup, the better for me. So looking forward to hearing more of them, looking forward to hearing your opinions on this song. Get in the comments, tell me what you think, and until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these videos, for now, ciao ciao.